guess the only thing was they sail and the table tips over. I thought Captain Glenn just doesn't care.
Yeah, so Glenn's just like, yeah, man, that's just part of sailing.
Yeah, like it's not gonna stop me next time.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess he's not the one cleaning up the glass, because cleaning up glass is the worst thing in the world.
yeah,
Because you never get all of it.
yeah. Can they just like sweep it overboard, or like isn't like sand just isn't glass just made of sand?
I think so. That's a science class thing, but
Yeah, but
that
listen,
that sounds right.
I'm not for them putting it overboard, but like if a couple pieces got overboard, it might not be the worst thing in the world,
I'm
right?
sure.
Like at least it was like near the edge.
I'm sure they have. Yeah. But however good of a job you do clean up glass, you never get all of it. There's always a few particles there, and
Yeah, you cut your foot like a year later in the same spot.
yeah. Oh yeah. That's it. Jed, do you have any honorable mentions?
No, that's it. Let's go into who won and lost the week, Sean.
All right, John. For me, my winner was it's Gary again, the second week in a row.
Yeah.
Look, facts are the facts. Ashley's very into him, and Daisy appears to be into him too. And that's enough for me to win a week. Guys exhibited like an insane amount of control around Ashley, and like, yeah, I'm not sure what his next move is. I just can't wait to see it. And the chemistry with Daisy is palpable. So, like I said earlier, I think he might be holding out for her. He hasn't said that in a confessional yet, but I think maybe Colin will needle him.
Yeah.
In an episode soon, I would hope.
Yeah.
I mean, looks Daisy's foot, which I don't know. If you're a foot guy, maybe that's a point. But look, I'm just excited for every episode. Like, what's Gary gonna do next?
Yeah.
And everything's coming up Gary right now. He's got all the confidence. So Gary's my winner. John, who'd you pick?
So I picked Marcos. I just thought real strong episode. It does look like he's gonna have a tough episode coming up.
Yeah,
but that's just maybe because it's the charter guests. But man, he just had a really strong episode. So the guests were floored, and Captain Glenn was happy. And hey, as a new chef, that's a lot. That's a lot of responsibility and a lot of pressure. So guy came out on top.
Yeah, he's a great camera presence. I just like having him around. Even he isn't like he's not like a big hot tub guy. He's a little bit more mature than everyone else.
Yeah,
that's why he really should have roomed with Glenn. But Gary, Glenn let Gary pick the rooms for some reason.
He's a good vibes guy, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
John, who'd you have as the loser of the episode?
I had Kelsey losing.
Same.
Just because she just wasn't on screen. She said like 8 words and they were all weird. Even Captain Glenn was like, she's kind of weird. And I think she's going to mature into a character that we can come to love. But right now, just she's not giving us anything.
He isn't. I'm worried at best she'll be like a weird side character the camera goes to for like B-roll. Like, oh, look, Kelsey's doing something kind of weird for comic relief, but like she's not bad enough at her job for it to be like for any storylines to appear, right? I mean, she's good at sailing. I think even Glenn said that, and she's a nice person. She might give us she's going to give us almost nothing potentially. I hope I'm wrong. I hope something between her and Gary happens. Not that there's any signs of that. I'm sure we'll get something. She's nice, right? Like she seems cool, but so far, like I forget she's in the show a lot.
Yeah. So hopefully more comes of her. Sean, what do you got for question of the week?
All right, this is so John. Like basically, they went out to dinner this week. As a group, everyone. The restaurant was full. Like there were like other people at the tables. There's a bunch of people on the streets. It wasn't something that production just closed down to film the show. And John, my question for you is like, how great was that? Did that warm your heart? Just like seeing other people around?
Yeah. So it's just a result of not having Jake and him more likely than not showing his dick, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that was it, or I don't know if like this was the first season because it's been three. It's Sailing Yacht, Med, Legacy, where I don't remember seeing like other people around for their
Yeah.
dinners out besides like the staff of the restaurant.
Yeah. And it might have been like the country that they're in, just like, oh yeah, if you guys want to do all this, like you don't need to rent out the whole place, COVID wise and things like that. I was glad to see everybody back. Kind of reminded me of like a normal setting.
Yeah, because when they show like old episodes, I mean, they've been doing Below Deck marathons a lot the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And there is something, I don't know, like you get like, right, they're in Spain this year.
Yeah.
It's nice to get like a little bit of the vibe and the feel of the location you're in.
Yeah.
And you don't get that when like the place is closed down.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And like last season on Sailing Yacht, I didn't mind it at all because like they're doing the best they could, and like those dinners were great.
Yeah.
Like they were they were so chaotic with all the smoking breaks. So like I love that. But by the time we got to Legacy this season, I was getting a little bummed about things not being normal. Like it kind of it kills a little bit of the energy.
Yeah.
Of like the nights out. And like the show's trying their best, like filming under tough circumstances. And like, yeah, you want any sort of change of scenery you can get. So I get why they had them go to those restaurants. But like sometimes pretending things don't suck is really tiring. And like, hey, like it's just nice for it to be back to normal. I don't know. It just feels way more authentic, and it warmed my heart. Like I was pretty jazzed about it.
Yeah, no, it was good to see. Speaking of pretending things didn't suck, I mean, we just got through a Legacy season, and
the more I feel like I like every season as I watch it because I just really like the show. But to have it be followed up immediately by the Sailing Yacht season, which this season's so good so far.
Yeah, that's night and day.
It's the first 2 episodes have just been like spectacular. Like there's so much, and just like Ashley alone, but then like Tom, Gary, and Daisy, and that's not even get to like vibe guys like Colin and Marcos. Like it really has been spectacular so far.
Yeah. So Sean, we've got no question of the week, or we've got no life advice. So let's just go into the close.
Yeah. Oh,
I know.
I just want to point out this is a 1-year anniversary of us on podcasting, because we did Instagram lives for a little bit, but I believe it was like March 1st or 2nd of last year, first time we're on the airwaves. So I just want to say congratulations.
Oh, you too, buddy.
And yeah, thanks to all the listeners. Obviously when we left Kiki and Kibitz, we started our own thing. You want to make sure like the audience follows, and not only like the numbers have actually been better recently than they were when we were with Kiki and Kibitz. So
sure,
I want to just thank everyone for sticking with us, and we're going to keep growing and making the show better and better. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a great year, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hopefully we're better podcasters, so people like to listen to us.
We are actually. I compared and contrasted. We're way better. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. All right, Sean. So I know you were live tweeting this last episode. We're gonna try to live tweet every episode. Follow at overboard_pod on Twitter. You're also at Below Deck Sean, and I'm at Below Deck John.
Everyone, thank you for listening again. Bon voyage.